beautiful day to read a story out in the garden. Since our topic's growing and planting, I thought I'd read you our story from this afternoon in my garden. The story was Jack and the Beanstalk, so I'm going to read it again for you now. I hope you enjoy it. Deep in the countryside lived a widow and her son Jack. Their cottage was crumbling and their clothes were patched and they were very, very poor. One day Jack's mother said, "We must sell our cow. Take her to the market, Jack, and bring home some gold pieces." And so he set off into town. But before Jack had got very far, he met a strange little man. "That's a fine cow," the man said. "I'll swap you 5 magic beans for her." "Magic beans," said Jack. "Are they really magic?" "Oh, magic they are. I'll chop off my beard and knit it into a jumper," croaked the little man. Magic beans? Jack couldn't wait to tell his mother. He clutched them tightly and ran all the way home. Jack's mother was furious. "We need money, not useless old beans," she cried, and she threw them out of the window in disgust. But late that night, the tiny bean sprout grew out of the ground. And then it grew and grew and grew. The next morning, the beanstalk stretched high into the sky. "The beans were magic," Jack cried. "But what's at the top?" Jack climbed up, up, up the beanstalk, and at last he reached the very top. There, shimmering in the sunlight, was a magnificent castle. Just then, Jack's stomach rumbled. "I must find some breakfast," he thought, and he tapped on the castle door. The door creaked open, and a huge giantess smiled down. "Hello," Jack shouted up. "Please, do you have any food?" "Oh, you poor thing," boomed the giantess. "Come right in, but quickly, before the giant gets up." What a marvellous feast! There was an enormous loaf of bread and a gigantic jar of jam tucked in at once. But suddenly the room began to shake. Boom, boom, boom. "Goodness me!" cried the giantess. "Who's coming?" And she shoved Jack under a teacup to hide. Into the room stomped a big, scary, hungry giant. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman," he said. "Be alive or be dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." "Oh, don't be silly. There's nobody here but us," the giantess scolded. "Now go and wash before breakfast." Jack trembled and shook. "I must leave now," he thought. He was halfway down the hall when he heard a squawk, and it was a hen with bright golden feathers. "Help!" she clucked. "Set me free and I'll lay you golden eggs every morning." Jack scooped up the hen, but then he heard huge footsteps thundering after them. "Fee, fi, fo, fum," roared the giant. "I smell the blood of an Englishman, and there he is." Jack raced out of the door and he jumped and slid down, down, down the beanstalk all the way back to his cottage. "Mother, quick! Bring the axe!" he shouted. Jack's mother swung the axe at the beanstalk. Thwack! It shuddered and shook, and then the giant came tumbling down. "Fee, fi, fo!" Crash! And that was the end of the giant. Jack hugged his mother tight. "Look what I found," he said, and he showed her the golden hen. "Oh, Jack," said his mother, "I'm so glad you were safe, and you were right about those magic beans." So Jack, his mother, and the golden hen all lived happily ever after, and with lots of golden eggs. They were never poor again. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story of Jack and the Beanstalk.